Welcome to the third and final module of Healing Your Ancestral Lineage. Reveal, Release, Transform Family Patterns. So this module brings us to the end of this journey together, but my prayer is that it is the beginning of a new, expanded relationship with your ancestors. As we bring closure to our time together, I want to focus on the power of forgiveness and honoring our ancestors with celebration. So before I say the opening prayer, I want to share this poem by Moon Singer. Forgiveness is not forgetting an injustice done. It is the understanding that allows us to set aside the emotional impact of that injustice pertaining to ourselves. When we no longer hold those emotions and have understanding for the person, we have forgiven them. So if you'll just take a deep breath and close your eyes. Beloved Mother, Father God, and all of the compassionate ones who join us in this sacred work, in this sacred journey, we thank you for your presence and welcome you. And we welcome the ancient ones, the spiritual ancestors, who have been guiding mankind from millennium and who will continue to guide mankind. Those who join us from the ascended masters and the angelic realm, and all those who have the high vibration that our planet needs now. We thank you for your presence. And our biological ancestors, those who have lived good lives and transcended, those who walk beside us and whisper to us and lead us. We thank you for the wisdom that you bring to our open hearts. And we ask you to continue working with us to build these relationships that enhance and heal our family lineages. And the ancestors of land and place, we thank you for the support you give us, for your constant presence in nature, and for the way you can open our hearts to the needs of Mother Earth and all humanity. And so we thank you for this work. We thank you for the journey, and we ask that it may continue for each of us to open new doors of healing, of understanding. May everything be for the highest good and always for the purpose of healing with ease and grace. Kosa. Ashe, Ahoma Takwiasan. So, I want to start with the power of forgiveness. And I want to share with you a process that comes from the Hawaiian system called Ho'oponopono. So this Hawaiian process of forgiveness is powerful. It's an ancient practice that's been adapted from the traditional by a woman named Morna Simeona, and she was a Hawaiian kahuna, an alapa au, or a healing priest. She's passed now, but she updated the form of Ho'oponopono to a process she called self-identity through Ho'oponopono. And it's now being taught by Morna's student, Dr. Stan Hugh Lin. His real name is Haleakala Hugh Lin, and his students. But there are still programs around the world that people can partake of. The original form was used to resolve forgiveness and problems within the family group. Morna's adaptation extends to include the social realities of our modern day and general problem solving outside of the family. You can learn more about Ho'oponopono on the Self-Identity through Ho'oponopono website. And I've listed that website and several others in your module this week. So Ho'oponopono's an ancient problem-solving prayer, and prayer in Hawaiian is called pule. It means to make right, to rectify an error by releasing or cleaning memories, which are data, that are experienced as problems. Ho'o means to, and ponopono means make right. So Ho'oponopono forms part of the practice of huna, which is a Hawaiian shamanic tradition. Huna is a Hawaiian word adopted by Max Freedom Long, who lived from 1890 to 1971. And in 1936, he coined this phrase to describe his theory of metaphysics, which he linked to ancient Hawaiian kahuna, or practitioners of huna, shamanic practitioners. They are the traditional healers, the kahunas, the traditional healers of Hawaii. So we process millions of bits of information or memories that are held in our subconscious, which we aren't always aware of. Our conscious mind is unaware of more than 85% of what we hold in our subconscious mind. It's pretty amazing. These memories influence how we perceive our environment and in turn create our thoughts, responses, and reactions to it, creating our experiences. So ancient Hawaiians believed errors arise from thoughts that are tainted by painful memories from the past. In other words, we're triggered by these limiting subconscious influences, and they trigger thoughts and actions. Ho'oponopono pule is a technique for problem solving that corrects subconscious limiting beliefs and memories that are ready to be released and transformed. So the process releases the energy from the painful thoughts or errors which cause imbalance and disease. By cleaning our memories with the practice of Ho'oponopono, we can also relieve ourselves from the effects of inherited family patterns and beliefs. By directing your Ho'oponopono pule to the personal and family issues you have revealed, you can release and transform these old limiting patterns. So in your handout, there are a number of there's the basic form of Ho'oponopono pule, which is, while I'm thinking of a problem, I repeat the following: I'm sorry, please forgive me, I love you, and thank you. And when you're thinking of the problem, you're bringing in your emotions and acknowledging you have a problem. So saying sorry for it being in your experience, asking forgiveness that it is a problem, saying you love the memory, it has taught you something about yourself, and giving thanks for its release, cleaning out the false memories from reoccurring in your experience again. You can do this with people, but you can also do this with problems in your life. For instance, maybe the problem is lack of money. If this is the case, acknowledging it by saying, I accept responsibility for having no money or having limited cash flow. There's something inside me causing this problem. I'm sorry. I love you. Please forgive me. Thank you. And you repeat this over and over to clear and clean the memories you have regarding money. You can also change the order of the statements if you like. And then I've included in the handout Morna's prayer. And it's a very powerful cleansing prayer. I have used this one a lot when I'm working with family or loved ones or even friends. The intention is to cleanse any blocks and resistances, known and unknown, that we may have against the manifestation for our good, and to clear the way for positive inspiration and manifestation. So one form of this prayer is this: Divine Creator, Father, Mother, Child is one. If I, my family, relatives, and ancestors have offended you, your family, relatives, and ancestors in thoughts, words, deeds, and actions from the beginning of our creation to the present. We ask your forgiveness. Let this cleanse, purify, release, cut all the negative memories, blocks, energies, and vibrations, and transmute these unwanted energies into pure light. And it is done. So in this module, you'll find a guided journey using Ho'oponopono and printable handouts with several versions of the Ho'oponopono Pule and a prayer to the ancestors. All of this is meant to include in your rituals as you are seeking release and transformation. You can create rituals using these forgiveness prayers as a way to transform the subconscious limiting beliefs and family patterns that you have become aware of. Adding nature and the elements to your ritual always deepens the experience. The Ho'oponopono prayer and exercise that I've included in your guided journeys is an adaptation of this practice. It's one that I use often with clients and for myself. And it's focused on forgiveness of a person or persons in your life that there's unfinished business with. Okay, so just add that as another tool now that you have. And then the final ceremony for that I am offering as a guided journey is a dismemberment journey, dismemberment ceremony for healing. So the underlying principle of esoteric beliefs is that all life is made of light. As human beings with egos, we often forget our true nature, and we over-identify with our personalities and physical body. But we are light in a physical body. We came to earth to shine. We were created from love and light, and we are love and light. It's our birthright to shine as fully in the world as we can. When we release the subconscious limiting beliefs that have been held in our DNA, we transmute the old memories and transform them. We allow the brilliance of our creative potential to unfold, and we begin to remember who we truly are. We are reflections of the Creator. And the bonus of this is we also begin to recognize the divinity in others. And this is the way it heals the world. In shamanic tradition, dismemberment and rememberment is a healing ceremony that allows that which is ready to be released to be taken away, dissolved, for the purpose of becoming our own divine self, our true light. It is important to know that dismemberment is an initiation into a new perception and can impact you on many levels. In the guided journeys for this module, I have included a visualization exercise created by Sandra Ingerman in her book Medicine for the Earth, How to Transform Personal and Environmental Toxins. You can decide if you would like to have this experience. Please honor where you are in your own process. You can choose to do this journey now or at another time. Okay? So, the final exploration experience that I encourage you to include in this journey we've been on for the last few weeks is having an ancestor party to honor the ancestors. Throughout many parts of the world, there's a common understanding of the importance of honoring and consulting one's ancestors. There are annual traditions honoring the dead. During these celebrations, the ancestors are honored with food, stories, songs, and family gatherings. Here in Southern California, many families practice and celebrate Dia del Muerte, or Day of the Dead. In other cultures, there are annual gatherings of family to remember those who have passed and to celebrate. It should be a feast, a festival. One way we can remember our ancestors is to have an annual ancestor party. So I like to do this ritual in the fall, either around Halloween or Thanksgiving. My daughter and I have created an ancestor party at Thanksgiving when we are with family members. And sometimes there's friends with us too. We ask everyone to share a positive memory of a cherished family member before we eat. It's a time of remembering the sacrifices that our ancestors made in order for us to be here today, and showing gratitude and respect. One of my favorite ancestor parties was just before returning to Swaziland in 2001. I was going back to complete my training as a Twasa to become a Sangoma, which is the Zulu traditional healer. So I invited family and friends, and I asked everyone to bring a dish that represented their family. Before we shared our food, each person told the group about the dish they brought, a bit about their culture, and a sweet ancestral memory. Food is an important thing to share in every culture, and in sharing it in this type of celebration, we honor ancestors, and it really helps us understand how much we're all alike. I've included a handout in this module about creating an ancestor party from an African perspective, as I was taught by my mentor, Baba P.H. Muchale. You can certainly adapt this to anything that feels good. It's really all about the intention and all about honoring. So in closing, I want to offer my incredible gratitude for your participation in this workshop, and wish you joy and abundance as you continue to seek your soul's true calling. As we follow the thread of healing in our own lives and open to the power of forgiveness for ourselves and others, we open the door to expanded healing. May your journey heal 7 generations into the past, the present, and 7 generations into the future. I'd like to end with a Celtic blessing from John O'Donohue. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so, may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Blessings.